If you were picking the greatest players in Giants history on sort of a Mount Rushmore, you know you'd have Lawrence Taylor, and you know you'd have Mel Hein. The other two spots will be open to debate.
A shrine to the memory of the greats of professional football is dedicated in Canton, Ohio.
The first Hall of Fame elections were in 1963, when the original electors of the Hall of Fame looked back over the first 43 years of NFL history. Mel Hein was one of the guys who was immediately plucked out as a charter member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Coach Steve Owen and his world champion New York football Giants will help us analyze the game as it is played today. Mel Hein, the greatest center in the league.
Hein was the cornerstone around which the Giants built their franchise in the 30s and early 40s. He played a position that was very demanding according to the formations that were used at the time. In the 30s, the NFL was in love with unbalanced lines, and the guy who kept track of all that stuff was the center. He was one of the first centers to come out and lead a running play, and one of the first who would take a step back, as we would call today, into pass protection.
A two-time NFL champion, Mel Hein was named NFL MVP in 1938. He remains the only center ever awarded that honor.
He was also a linebacker on defense, and a ferocious one, a 230-pounder. He was a 60-minute man, known as old indestructible, even in his own time. As the former Giants coach Steve Owen liked to say, no man played more for the Giants, but needed to be coached less than Mel Hein.
Now, we all had to go both ways, but it was more fun that way. I would have hated to have come out of a ball game and sit on the bench and watch him play. I didn't want to be on the bench. I wanted to be out there and see the action.
Mel Hein is not as well known today as Red Grange was, or as Nagurski, or other great players of that era.
Nagurski has it now, tackled by Hein of the Giants.
But in an era when pro football was all about toughness, Mel Hein stood out as a paragon of that very quality.
The big star of the New York Giants was linebacker Mel Hein. Mel intercepts a Sid Luckman throw and runs like a halfback for a touchdown.
And that's why he goes down as one of the great players in the history of the league.